guys, Movie Junkie for Life here again, and this is going to be my review of Downsizing, and this is directed and written by Alexander Payne and stars Matt Damon, Christopher Waltz and Kristen Wiig, just to name a few. So Downsizing is a satirical look at a man who decides to shrink himself down so that he can have a better, wealthier life. It's a simple premise, but it's really overcomplicated in this film. So let's get into it. First of all, the visuals. I was really hoping for more fun visuals here. Kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, you know. Went into this movie thinking it was going to be more of a comedy slash satire, you know, fine, it has a message, whatever. But I was hoping for more comedy, more something a little more light-hearted. And that's not really what I got here. And the visuals are what failed me first of all. You never really get that feeling of scale in this movie. They don't focus on that as much as I was hoping they would. So, you know, you look at something, it's like, okay, unless it's next to something or someone really large, you don't really get that scope, you know, of size. There's one scene after he shrunk, immediately after he shrunk and he's woken up, where they give you an idea of scale, and it's done for comedic effect, but again, it's one of those parts where the comedy just kind of fails me, but I'll get into that when I talk about the story. So yeah, visually this movie didn't really do anything to astound me. I was really hoping for more fun with the whole downsizing aspect of it, as opposed to the rest of the world is pretty large, and they didn't really give us a lot of that. As for the acting, I think everybody does okay in this. There's a Vietnamese actress in this. I'm sorry, I don't know her name. I'll find out and I'll put it here. But she, to me, had the best scenes, or she stole the scenes she was in. She was strongest in this movie for me. Christopher Waltz was also a lot of fun here. For once, he didn't have to be the villain type, you know, even though his character is not 100% a good guy, but he's a fun guy. And I had fun with his character. He actually made me smile the most while watching this movie. His antics were the funniest thing in this movie, especially his scenes with Matt Damon. So I had a lot of fun with him. Matt Damon didn't really do anything much in this movie that was that memorable, you know. And considering the things he goes through in this movie, I was hoping for a little bit more. I was trying to think back to the most powerful performances I've ever really seen from him. And I was hoping for something more along those lines. I think he's just okay in this movie. He's nothing really memorable. And that's really the best way to describe this entire movie, as it's not that memorable. First of all, this flick is like 2 hours long. Why this movie is 2 hours long is beyond me. I was bored out of my mind an hour and some minutes in. I was really like, how long is this? How long? I kept looking at my watch, you know, hoping it would be ending sometime soon, and it just dragged on and on. Because when you consider what this movie is, it could be a Twilight Zone episode, it could be a Black Mirror episode. I think it would work really well if it was edited down, you know, tightly paced, and if it was like a Black Mirror episode, this could be pretty interesting. But for what it is, how they drag it out, there is so much filler in this, and the filler is so boring. Another issue I had with this movie is how somber it is, because I get what they're going for. I get the whole metaphor of downsizing, and initially the idea was to save the planet by leaving less of a footprint. But of course, for most people, it was the idea that $1 is now worth $1,000 when you're that small. I get it. I didn't need to be beat over the head with that. And I still feel like they could have had a lot more fun with this movie. This movie is so serious. It takes itself way too serious for what it is, for what it's supposed to be. So overall, guys, this is a movie I would suggest watch it at home. I see no reason to go into the cinemas to see this. Do not believe the trailer. The trailer is cut to make it look like if it's this comedy, and it really isn't. It's much more of a drama, and it drags on way too long. I don't know about you guys, if anybody's seen it. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you thought it was really good, or if you like the pacing. For me, the pacing dragged. The performances were okay. Okay to good to really good. Like I said, that one actress But overall, this movie for me it had no heartbeat, it had no pulse. And I'm giving Downsizing a 4.5 out of 10. I really don't think it's worth your viewing in cinema. I suggest waiting till it comes out at home and watching it there. And maybe, who knows, maybe you might get more out of it than I did. Downsizing gets a 4.5 out of 10. And that's going to be it for me, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to give me a thumbs up and subscribe by clicking on my face over there. And until next time, bye bye.